I'm Stacy Woods, Certified Specialist in Wine on Worcester's Wine Cellar on worcesterscene.com. Today we're talking about wine knowledge. So much of what we know about wine is really spoon-fed to us by publications, magazines, ratings, flowery language, but I encourage you to go out and learn as much as you can about wine and what really is in your glass. There are a lot of ways to find information on wine. One of the books that I use most frequently, and it looks pretty beat up, is Janssens Robinson Oxford Companion to Wine. This is basically your wine dictionary. If you ever run across a word you don't understand or a grape varietal that you've never seen before, this is where you're going to find out about it. It's a wonderful book with maps and definitions, and also goes into a lot of the definitions for the winemaking process, faults, soup to nuts kind of book. She's also written a wonderful book on how to taste, which really aptly describes what you're feeling and sensing in your nose and on your palate when you're actually sipping your wine. It actually makes your wine drinking experience much more pleasurable. And one of the books I simply cannot do without is the French, German, Italian wine names and their pronunciations, a phonetic pronunciation for all of your chateau, which is a wonderful resource to have. Wine also has a story, and there's plenty of wonderful books out there about the story of wine as well. One of my favorites, which is a great beach read, is Reflections of a Wine Merchant by Neil Rosenthal. This really explains what the role of an importer is and how the wines, these wonderful wines from France and Italy and Germany, get to the shores of the United States. And one of the books I've read so often I even lost the cover is by Natalie MacLean, and it is Red, White, and Drunk All Over. A very lively, interesting, informative story written in a very light, easy to read way, which just makes wine the pleasure it is meant to be. One of my favorite independent publications is iWine Review, and is also online, iWineReview.com. Great wine reviews and very informative. It goes region by region and varietal by varietal. Has no advertising, so you know that it's completely independent. Wine is a pleasure. Learning about wine makes wine more pleasurable. This is Stacy Woods on Worcester's Wine Cellar, worcesterscene.com.